Great day, everyone. I am so glad you are tuning in today. Kimberly Gale here. I spoke before on our intro that we had some great things to share on Everything Empowerment channel. So let's get started. We're going to delve right into Empowerment 101. We'll be covering the core components of empowerment: self awareness, self esteem, and setting goals. So today we're just going to cover self awareness. So, what is self awareness? This is the foundation of empowerment. It's the ability to recognize and understand your thoughts, your emotions, and your behaviors. So, I remember when I discovered my self awareness. Well, actually, I'm still discovering it because it's a process. So, just, thinking about it, how I started realizing that I was really in the thick of discovering who I was is I started handling things differently. I started responding to things differently, or sometimes not responding at all, if you know what I mean. So that's kind of the change that came about for me to make me really start stepping into my self awareness and who I was and who I was becoming. So I just want to share, just want to share a little bit about that with you. The significance of self-awareness is making informed life choices. Setting meaningful goals, building healthy relationships, and strengthening your confidence is all about awareness. It's achieving personal and professional success. Excuse me, guys, I'm sorry. Once you get a clear understanding of your emotions and realize that you are in control of them, oh baby, you will be amazed of what you can accomplish, and the things that used to kind of bother you don't even exist anymore, because now you're handling things differently. You're viewing them differently. Your mindset has changed. So how you respond to them is completely different than before. So this is what led me to start recognizing my strengths and my weaknesses. Understanding your unique strengths and weaknesses helps you to make informed decisions, in life, period. I just want to give you a few ways to figure this out. Start by asking some trusted friends and family where they think you shine the most. And let me tell you the reason why I tell you to ask friends or family. And I'm asking you that because if a friend of ours asked us to do it, we would probably have no problem putting some bullet points down, hyping them up, giving all the information we need. But when we do it for ourselves, we tend to go closer or stand more or push towards our shortcomings or our weaknesses. So that's what we're going to write about. We're going to linger in that space, and we don't want to do that. So get that trusted friend or that family member that can tell you, where you shine and how you shine. Reflect on some mistakes or setbacks that you recently experienced. And I get it, guys. I do. I understand that reflecting on mistakes or setbacks in any kind of way, it's not always the most pleasant route to go, right? But I'll tell you this, from experience for me, it provided valuable information. And that information gave me an insight on, was I repeating the same mistakes? Or if I was, am I experiencing these same setbacks over and over again? Like, what part am I playing in this, this whole realm of things? So knowing the pattern that's developed can help you to understand your weaknesses, your setbacks, and it can begin to change, because you know now what your weaknesses are, what your setbacks are, and now you can start making some changes. And just know that with self-awareness, it's an ongoing process of exploration, discovery, and just overall learning and stepping into who you are. So we just got to keep going. We got to keep going. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to share some practical tips. Remember, I told you I was going to give y'all some nuggets. I was going to give y'all some party favors, right? Remember that. And if you didn't see that video, just go ahead and watch it. So I'm going to give you some practical tips on cultivating self-awareness. You might want to write these down now. All right, so we're going to start with mindfulness practices. Now, these are techniques such as meditation, deep breathing, or daily reflections to bring your attention to the present to now. And you may know how fast, well, you kind of can understand how fast the mind can wander off, right? So you really got to stay focused on that and bring it, in the present. The other thing I definitely that worked well for me was journaling, keeping and tracking your thoughts, your emotions, your reflections of whether it was daily or during a week or however you choose to do it. It really helped me to be able to go back and read that information that I was putting there to help me grow, to help me understand what is my self-awareness? What am I doing here? What can I change? Determine and prioritize your core values. Values show where you put your energy. Now, we all have some similar values, but some values are really specific to you only. We share some, is just the way it is, but there are some that are specifically to you. Normally, these determine how you operate, where you spend your time, who and what brings you joy or satisfaction. If your priorities don't reflect your values, you'll find it much harder finding fulfillment in whatever you need to do in life. It'll take away that, what's the word I'm looking for? It'll take away that understanding of, how can and I'm sorry that I'm getting like a brain fog. If your priorities, don't reflect your values, it becomes harder. It becomes harder to fulfill your self-awareness because you don't know which direction you're going in. So they need to work together. It makes sense, right? Your values need to work together and they need to reflect who you are. So sometimes we get caught up in that. I think that we put ourselves in other people's position, and then we think about the values that they have and we adapt to them. But we don't have to do that. We have our own values. We have our own core values. We need to know what they are, and we need to develop them for ourselves, not for anybody else. So let's speak about emotional intelligence and how understanding and managing your emotional intelligence truly contributes to your self-awareness. Getting a hold of your emotions is a big thing. A lot of people have a problem with that. But I think that it's what's the word? It is so satisfying when you realize that, what, these are my emotions and I am going to take control of them. And you do just that. So emotional intelligence involves the ability to recognize and understand one's own emotions. It also allows you the skills of regulating and managing your emotions effectively. Once you take control of them, you know them. They're yours. So you can say, hey, you know what? I don't want to address this like this. I don't want to feel like this today. This is not who I am. We don't ask those questions enough to ourselves. So we go in and we move too fast, or we shed the wrong emotion with what's going on instead of the proper one. It's just really, really just think about that. We all do it. We're human. That's what we do. But you can take control of that little human factor and work on your emotional intelligence and just make it be who you want it to be. So through emotional regulation, you can control impulsive reactions, just what I was saying, and gain a clear perspective of your emotional responses. So this allows awareness to you to choose how you want to express your emotions, fostering more intentional and self-aware approach. So you know what you're about to do. You're more intentional about how you're going to react to this situation or that situation. And it aids to coping with stress and adversities, my apologies, promoting resilience. This awareness empowers you to proactively manage stress and maintain emotional well-being. Who doesn't want that? I know I do. Emotional well-being, yes. Give it to me. But knowing that I can control it and I can feel better about how I'm doing things or how I'm reacting to things or what the outcome is, I can determine what the outcome is going to be. Yes. Why? I would go in head first with that. So that's a part of your emotional intelligence. And it is exactly what it is. It's your intelligence, you being smart enough to handle your emotions in the correct way. So overcoming challenges. Acknowledge that the journey to self-awareness may have some challenges, right? Such as discomfort with self-reflections, or maybe even fear facing certain truths that maybe you bury deep inside you. And I don't really want to address that again, but sometimes you got to go back to go forward. So remember to start small, be patient with yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Be patient with yourself. Remember that self awareness is a lifelong process. So embrace all that comes with it. But having these tools will help you to embrace it the proper way. I want to thank you for hanging with me this evening. I greatly appreciate you and your time. Please be sure to like, subscribe to the channel, and for more great content coming your way, be sure to hit the bell so that we can alert you when we have a new event, when we have a new posting, when we have a new thing coming your way, the nuggets we're going to give you. So thank you guys for taking this empowerment journey with me. Until next week, have a inspiring, phenomenal, amazing rest of the week and weekend. Kimberly Gale here. I appreciate you, and you are worthy.